KEYC News Now to Go is sponsored by River's Edge Hospital and Clinic. People caring for people.
Moments like these make life worth living. River's Edge Hospital and Clinic is your partner in taking control of your own health. Take your steps towards a lasting tomorrow. River's Edge Hospital.
Good morning, happy Thursday, and thanks for joining us for this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jerk, and in a few minutes I'll be joined by First Alert meteorologist Caitlin Lohr with a look at today's rainy forecast and the rest of the week ahead. We start with breaking news this morning. Chaotic scenes on the ground in Ahmedabad, India, Thursday after an Air India flight bound for London crashed shortly after takeoff. The flight was carrying 242 passengers and crew members. The city's police commissioner told the Associated Press that it appears there are no survivors. Nationalities of the people on board were reported to include from India, Britain, Portugal, and Canada. The plane was a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. According to an aviation tracker, the flight lost signal less than a minute after takeoff. The cause of the crash is currently under investigation. According to Boeing data, this is the first major incident involving a 787 Dreamliner since that model plane went into service in 2011. Back here at home, an investigation is underway after a deadly officer-involved shooting in rural Albert Lea. It happened around 7 p.m. Tuesday night in a domestic disturbance call. According to the Freeborn County Sheriff's Office, the suspect fled in the direction of Mower County, where a pursuit began. They say the suspect came back to the residence while being chased. He got out of his vehicle, at which time authorities say officers on scene fired their weapons. The suspect died at the scene. Shortly after, law enforcement found a woman dead near the property. Investigators believe she died before law enforcement arrived. The BCA is currently investigating. Continuing in local news, a Fillmore County woman has agreed to plead guilty to 2 felony charges in connection with a deadly crash involving an Amish buggy. In a new court filing, Samantha Peterson now admits to being under the influence of methamphetamine at the time of the collision that claimed the lives of 2 children near Spring Valley in 2023. Peterson is pleading guilty to 1 count of criminal vehicular homicide under the influence and 1 count of criminal vehicular operation causing great bodily harm while under the influence. If the judge agrees to the terms, Peterson will serve 57 months for the criminal vehicular homicide charge and 23 months for the criminal vehicular operation charge, with those sentences being served consecutively. Switching gears and joining me at the desk now is Caitlin Lohr. Caitlin, it's been a gloomy Thursday morning. It's been a gorgeous earlier in the week, but now there's some rain that could happen.
Yeah, you know, there's been a lot going on with this rain and the fact that it's been so wet. I don't know who all knows this, but I'm going to say it. Unfortunately, Songs on the Lawn today is canceled.
Yes, this is something to talk about.
You know, I'm kind of bummed. I was supposed to be there today. I was going to volunteer, meet some people, and yeah, so I guess I'm going to have to reschedule. And
I think you got to have a talk with Mother Nature.
I know. I'm going to have to call my weather peeps and be like, yo, listen here.
We
need
something
to stop
important
this.
going on.
We have something important. Now,
Yeah.
I did call the weather peeps and make sure that we are not going to see a repeat situation of last year. I know that it's a little touchy because we are seeing a lot of rain. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of all that flooding. And with that being said, I know a lot of people are starting to think, oh, are we going to have a round 2 almost a year later? And the good news is we are not anticipating anything remotely close to what happened last year. However, you may see some minor flooding, especially in those low-lying areas like valleys and things like that, or areas that are already struggling to kind of soak up that water in a quick moment. Now, those are just soggy areas, but they will soak it up. Like I said, you may see some minor flooding over the next couple of days, but it's not going to be anything like what we dealt with or saw or endured last year. Now, one thing we are dealing with today is more reduced air quality. We had a cold front move through yesterday, and that brought that smoke back down to the surface, and unfortunately, because of that, we are dealing with reduced air quality, and this air quality alert will remain in effect for about 2/3 of the state of Minnesota. until 11 o'clock tonight. So anyone that is going to be affected by this is actually a bigger group of people than what we have been dealing with the last couple of days, which usually it was in that yellow zone. Now we're back into that orange zone, which is considered unhealthy for some. Just as a recap, this affects pregnant people, young children, elderly adults, as well as those that are dealing with heart and/or lung diseases. And that also includes those of us with asthma. Now, these people should limit their time outside, but the good news is that shouldn't be too hard to do today for the fact that we are looking at showers and thunderstorms. We do also have a low threat for strong to severe storms. It did get upgraded. You can see a little bit of orange popping in out to the far west. Thankfully, that's way out that way, so we don't have to deal with that medium threat, but we are in that low threat. And if you recall what happened yesterday in northern Iowa, we had a few strong to severe storms produce some damaging wind gusts and some large hail. That's what we could see today here in southern Minnesota. So talking about that, scattered showers and thunderstorms will kind of fizzle out between now and 11, 12 o'clock this morning. We'll see more return between 4 and 5 o'clock this afternoon, and this is when we're going to start watching for those severe chances, for those severe thunderstorm chances. Now we'll get another break late tonight, and then we'll see more showers and thunderstorms kind of develop to mainly to the north of us overnight, but a few isolated chances remain possible for those of us down here in southern Minnesota going into tomorrow morning. 73 for the high today, showers and thunderstorms, as you saw, some showers and thunderstorms overnight with a low of 62 degrees. Here's a quick look at tomorrow. We're looking at some morning isolated showers and thunderstorms and then gradual clearing. A few evening showers and thunderstorms with some pockets of sunshine mixed in. So this is why we're saying we're not looking at what we saw last year, especially because these rain totals are only going to range between 1/4 of an inch up to an inch possible around the Twin Cities. And this rain total is for today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Comparing this to last year, we were looking at about 2 inches of rain in the matter of a day and a half to 2 days. This is over the course of 3 days, so that is an improvement from what we saw last year. Just another note to show you that it's not going to be nearly as bad as it was last year. Do not panic at seeing all these shower and thunderstorm chances between today and Wednesday of next week. As you saw, rain totals will be a little bit on the lighter side for this weekend, but we'll keep an eye on those things. Temperatures 70s and 80s.
And Father's Day this upcoming weekend, so hopefully that rain holds off so the dads can get out on the grill.
Or fishing or boating.
Or fishing or whatever they want to do. Whatever they want to do, for sure. Well, thank you very much, Caitlin. We got some sports to talk about too. The McKinley East baseball team is the favorite in this year's Class 3A state tournament. Yesterday afternoon, the Cougars and the Stewartville Tigers met in the quarterfinals at the Mini-Met in Jordan. In the bottom of the first, Caden Willert finds some grass for the RBI single. Cougars strike first, up 1-0. To the bottom of the second, Carson Hart connects. He's out at 1, but he does his job. A run scores. East up 2-0 on the RBI groundout. In the third inning, East leads 3-0 Stewartville with 1 runner on. Luke Hebel sends this one out of the park for the 2-run shot. Just like that, Stewartville makes it a 1-run game. The Cougars quick to answer back. In the bottom of the fourth, bases are loaded. Hart gets hit by the pitch. Cougars score another run. HBP RBI. East keeps the line moving. Tyler Rundle puts the ball in play. An error at first allows 2 runs to score for East. They're up 6-2. East adds 2 more to win by a final of 8-2. The Cougars will face Delano this morning at 11:30 in the semifinals. Sticking to baseball, up in St. Cloud, New Ulm Cathedral took the field in the Class A state quarterfinal. Sports Director Rob Clark brings us the highlights.
In the Class A quarterfinals, second-seeded Cathedral facing the 7-seed Russell Tyler Ruthton. Greyhounds up 4-1, top of the third. Cathedral's Colin Anderson picks up a strikeout. Bottom half of the inning, Alex Portner shows off the wheels. Routine grounder to short, but beats the throw to the bag for an infield single. Later, wild pitch allows Portner to take second easily. Cathedral threatening to add to its 3-run lead. 2 outs in the inning. Josh Forstner sends this out to right. Routine fly isn't caught by the right fielder. 1 run scores, giving Cathedral a 5-1 advantage. Portner's hustle earlier in the inning, creating that run. Later, check out the Greyhounds defense. Left fielder Elijah Reeser makes the shoestring catch to save a hit. RTR would score in the inning, though. This ball eats up the third baseman. 1 run comes across, so now it's 5-2 in the top half of the 6th. Greyhounds answer. Reeser grounds one up the middle and has an infield hit with 1 down in the inning. Jake Finstead comes to the plate and delivers. Drives this ball deep to right field. Reeser able to score all the way from first, and Finstead scoots into third with a triple as Cathedral goes up 6-2. That's all the scoring they do in the 6th. Greyhounds 3 outs away from heading to the semifinals. Finstead with the big hit comes up with a big play at short after this ball bounces away from his teammate, still able to fire to first for the out. There's another grounder to short, and second-seeded Cathedral wins by a final of 6-2. Greyhounds will play Southridge for a spot in this year's state title game tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning from Joe Faber Field. We'll have an update of that matchup right here on KEYC News Now.
That game taking place this morning to the track. State Track and Field Championships kicked off yesterday afternoon at St. Michael Albertville High School. In Class 2A girls long jump, Riley Hansen of Mankato East takes home first place. Hansen's last jump at 5.84 meters set a new PR for the senior and an MSHSL Class 2A record. Riley will look to take home a couple more state championships today in the morning. In the triple jump and pole vault, moving on to the Class A 800-meter finals, WP's Mackenzie Westfall took first place running over 2 minutes, 18 seconds. The JWP girls team placed first as a team, taking home the title of the Class A state champions. On the boys' side, Redwood Valley finished in first place as a team in Class A. In the boys' 300-meter hurdles finals, Loyola Cleveland's Chase Jaginski took third place, finishing with a time of 39.48. Congrats to all our area athletes who competed yesterday, today, and tomorrow at the State Track and Field Championships and all state tournaments that have been going on. Baseball wrapping up. But Caitlin, that'll do it for us. So thank you very much. And thanks for watching this KEYC News Now to Go update. Stay with KEYC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
Don't forget your umbrella any day this week and download the free KEYC News and Weather apps for the latest headlines and your forecast.